So we're at the JAAC factory here in Hefei, and these are a very, very famous brand of a vehicle in China. And this production facility is a manufacturer of trucks, and they make ICE trucks as well as EV trucks. And we're going to have a sort of tour around the factory to see the manufacture. These over here, these will be the molds for the hydraulic presses that press body panels and things. And the presses are over here, you can see. So, as I said, these are the hydraulic presses over here. They're not in operation at the moment, but they will produce many, many body panels, and they can produce them at pretty high speed. There's more presses here. So yeah, this is, I actually love coming to factories like this. I love to see manufacturing. It's absolutely great. I love it. So as you can see just here, here's one of the molds for the body panels. And these are huge. They weigh tons and tons and tons. And I guess the pressure for these presses will be hundreds, if not thousands of tons. They are massive presses. You can see these big molds, the big blue blocks. And these will be what form all the body panels to the cars and vehicles that are manufactured.
90%.
Yeah, generally body pressing is normally fairly automated. You can see here, this is where all the body panels are stored once they come off the presses. There's doors there. These look like the fronts of vehicles. So this is obviously the storage where all the body panels are stored. You can see a bonnet here. These are other parts. So these will all be pressed parts that are produced in those presses that we just saw earlier. So this is where the body panels are welded. And the guy says that the large parts are welded automatically, and the smaller parts are welded by hand. You can see the hand welding here. This is where stuff is welded by hand. Then over here, you can see robotic welding of the larger assemblies. These are the cabs for the trucks. Doors here, and then you can see in the middle the cabs. So this is where they're assembling the doors onto the cabs. And I think from a point of view of trucks in China, JAAC are probably one of the most famous brands. Talking to the guy, they have an annual output from this factory of around 200,000 trucks. What actually amazes you about these places is just how tidy and clean they are. You know, they're absolutely spotless, these factories are, they really are. And there's not anywhere near as many people here as you would expect. I don't think this is probably one of the most modern plants, but as you can see here, there's a lot of robotic welding going on. But, you know, car plants are becoming more and more automated. However, there are a lot of sort of parts of production that it's not that easy to fully automate, and they can actually be done quicker and more efficiently by humans. And that was something that Elon Musk found out when he was trying to fully automate the factory to build Teslas. So that's the body panels place, and now I think we are heading more towards sort of assembling of the non-body parts, the engine, transmission, chassis and things like that. So just talking to the guy, and he says there's a massive trend now towards EVs with cars, but the trend is still a little slower in trucks, and I think that's because the battery technology is not as there's not enough capacity yet for a lot of the larger trucks, so the transition to EV in trucks is much slower. So as you can see, this is a truck chassis here. It's got the axles on, the leaf springs and etc, etc. Over here you can see more assembly. They've now added wheels and the engine has been put in. And then after this stage they will go to have the body attached and more of the electrical system installed. These are sort of medium-sized trucks by the looks of it. They're not huge semis or Arctics. Oh yeah, you can see here this is more of a, and obviously with a truck the back part will be different depending on customer specification. So it may be a tipper, it may be a flatbed, it may be a box truck. So you can add different rears to the trucks. And there's some here that are almost finished. You can see here they're almost finished. And I think they're obviously going through final testing here. This is testing. You can see the sheet. This paper will probably have the customer specifications. And then these are the basic truck chassis. And as I said earlier, they will go to have various different bodies fitted. And that's generally how trucks work. You might have a tipper body or a flatbed or a box body. But yeah, these are quite small. So you can see over here, there's many finished trucks. And again, these will all go off to dealers and have bodies, probably bodies maybe fitted before they go off to the dealer. But that will very much then depend on the customer specification. So yeah, that gives you a bit of an idea into how JAAC produce and manufacture their trucks. And this is, it's quite a famous brand in China. I see thousands of these literally in every city you go. You can see here, look, all sparkly and new. This is obviously a traditional vehicle. They're very, very nice. They're a really nice truck. I like this electric blue color. They're pretty modern inside. Yeah, very, very nice. So this is their famous branding, JAAC. And yeah, so that's a JAAC truck. So these are some of the workers on the test. And yeah, great, very interesting to go around and see how it's done. So these are the EVs that are made by JAAC, and these retail between 90 and 110,000 RMB. Let's just have a look inside. There's a guy sitting in here. Oh, it's this here. Let's have a look inside. It's quite a nice, it's not a bad interior. Got a nice screen here, a little screen here. Airbags. It's a small car, but it's quite spacious. They take between 1 and 2 hours to fast charge and overnight on a slow charge, and then they will do on that charge between 4 and 500 kilometers. They're quite a nice little model, but as I say, I think they have a lot of stiff competition from somebody like BYD. But I think that area of the EV market is like super competitive in the sort of sub 100k class. You know, there's a lot of manufacturers who are bringing out vehicles in that sort of sector. We're going to be given a bit of a drive. Unfortunately, they won't let us drive, which is a shame, because I would have liked to have had a drive of it. This might get a bit more exciting now because we're on the test track, and the guy's doing 96 kilometers an hour, 98, 99. Okay, we're up to 100 kilometers an hour. The speed of the car going around the corner is causing issues with the gimbal on the camera. We've gone a bit crazy here. Okay, back on the bus. I think we're heading to NIO now, so a completely different end of the market to JAAC. So we've arrived at NIO, and as I said earlier, NIO are right at the other end of the market to those JAAC models you're looking at. I've just realised that NIO seem to have or be part of JAAC. I wasn't aware of that, so let's go and have a look. So this is their showroom. This is the ET5. I mean, these are really nice cars. They do also have a lot of competition from BYD. BYDs have some higher end cars, and also they have competition from Huawei with their Ato. But these are very, very nice cars. This is the EC7 over here, and this obviously is their sports car. But this is it's not a concept car. You can see here the specifications of it. It's pretty awesome. So this is the ES8, and this is the largest model that NIO produce, and it's quite a big car. Now this starts at around 500,000 RMB, and it goes up to about 600,000 RMB depending on how you spec it. But this really is a premium car. We'll have a little look inside. If I go into the back, because you'll get a better view of the front. So it's actually a 6, maybe 7-seater. It's actually a 6-seater. There's 2 seats in the back there. Then there's these 2 like kind of captain's chairs here, and then you have the driver and the passenger. And it's very stylishly fitted inside. You've got the main screen here, which you can probably also use for entertainment, and then you have the driver's sort of information screen here. And the actual finish is very, very high end. It's like a leather finish into. I actually quite like this color, but I really think you would not get too fatigued traveling in a car like this. There's even a small screen here in the back. You can control the air conditioning and things like that. You know, you can alter the levels on there. You got drink holders here. It really is a nice car. So one of the things that is unique to NIO is their battery swap technology, and what that means is you can drive to a swap station, and instead of having to wait to charge your battery, you drive your car into the swap station, and then a machine removes the discharged battery and replaces that with a fully charged battery. So these battery stations hold around 20 batteries, and it's claimed they can service 400 vehicles in a 24-hour period, but I can't get my head around the maths. I sort of worked it out and get to about 250, which is still significant. It's still a significant amount. And another snippet of information I've got while walking around here is that NIO are going to produce a new range of cars next year, which are going to be at a much lower price point to compete with lower price point companies in the EV space in China. So that will be quite interesting. And third, I had no idea Hefei had all these industries here. Before I'd come here, I'd never heard of Hefei. I'd heard of Anhui province, of course, but I'd never heard of Hefei. But I'm just pretty shocked to how much is here. The technology, car companies, there's a lot going on here in Hefei, and I had no idea.